Hi y'all, and welcome back to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I'm going to be making us a Mexican type dish out of the American Heart Association low fat, low cholesterol cookbook, and I have adjusted the recipe to fit what we have on hand. Now, excuse my bookmark. The recipe calls for a lean pound of very lean ground beef, but I'm using canned turkey. And it also calls for a large cup of chopped onions, and I'm using instant onions that I have rehydrated. Calls for 2 large tomatoes chopped. I've got a can of diced tomatoes that I'm going to use. It calls for a 10-ounce package of frozen corn. I've got a can of corn. I'm going to drain it. It calls for a large green bell pepper chopped, about 1 to 1.5 cups. I've got frozen bell pepper already cut up. It calls for 1 teaspoon of cumin powder and 1 teaspoon of chili powder, or to taste. I'm using a 1/2 teaspoon of the chili powder and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, and 1 cup of homemade chicken or beef stock, or you can use a Tones base. I'm probably not going to add any of that because my turkey already has broth in it. And the cornbread mixture on top will be 1.5 cups of yellow cornmeal, self-rising, and 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour mixed, 3 egg whites, slightly beaten, and I'm probably just going to use 2 duck eggs, and evaporated milk. I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of evaporated milk plus the water, and Crisco shortening if I need it. I don't think I'll need it. And I'm going to preheat my oven to 400 degrees. I'm not going to use a skillet. I'm going to use a 9 by 12 Pyrex dish. And we're going to get everything put together and get it in the oven. I will top mine with some cheese when I'm done. I figured my calories were 353 calories. Protein is 23. Carbohydrates 35. Total fat was 13. And total sodium was 752. And the sugar was -10. And I'm also adding a can of home canned pinto beans. There's my turkey and my pinto beans. There's the onions, the corn, diced tomatoes. There's the bell pepper. I got my flour and my cornmeal ready to go. I've got my seasonings ready to go, and we're going to put this baby together. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry about my little cough I had. We are on day 9 of the Omnicrom, aka Flurona. We're over the Rona part of it, but we have moved on to the sinus infection part. And I went to the doctor yesterday and was put on a steroid pack and an antibiotic to hopefully break this up. I am no longer running a fever. Yay! And my husband's doing better. So we're going to add in my seasoning. I'm just going to sprinkle it over and let it fall wherever it falls. And I'm going to add my tomatoes at this point. Spread my tomatoes out a little bit. Yes, I'm using a Christmas spatula. You use what you have on hand, folks. I'll be right back. I'm going to add in my onions and my bell peppers. Okay, I've got my bell peppers and onions in there, and I've got everything layered so far. And this is a duck egg, y'all. That is one huge duck egg, and I have decided I'm only going to use the one egg. I'm getting ready to mix it into the cornmeal and flour with some evaporated milk. I'll be right back. Well, I did go ahead and add another duck egg and some more milk because I wanted it a little more runny. And I'm going to pour this over the top. We're going to get this in the oven and let it bake. Okay, I'm just going to smooth over a little bit over the top. Spread it out. And that should be good. We're going into the oven with this. Well, there it is, y'all. It's all baked. It took about 40 minutes in the oven. I added my cheese, let it melt down for about 4 minutes before I took it out of the oven. That's supper, y'all. I hope you will enjoy our video. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Please comment below. Thank you. Bye.